Cut that bitch off!
Take it away.
All right. Yo, check it, man. We are back again, back from hiatus. This is the Snooze Button podcast. I am your host, Sean Solo, along with
Samuel Banfield. You know how it is.
Yeah, man. And this is episode 4. Episode 4, man. Yeah, we had a little hiatus, man. Dealing with COVID and quarantine and everything like that. But we're back. We're back.
Yeah, good to see all of you. Good to see all of you. We've missed you for sure.
Definitely, man. What the heck was that? Oh my gosh.
What happened?
It sounded like gunshots. Or like
We have to cut that out. We can't be talking about that on here.
I think it's like fireworks. Yeah. Oh, I guess you guys didn't hear that. Yeah, shit's crazy, man. You see? Yeah, we're back. So check it, man. First thing I want to do is make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification button on our YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well. The link will be in the description box. All that good stuff. Show some love, man. All right. So, in the day and age of dating during COVID, no mask, no date. Yeah.
The minute you sent that to me in a text, I was dying of laughter.
Yeah, because it was a couple of it was a couple of dating sites, dating profiles that I was on, and I'm just just looking at the different profiles and just seeing what's going on in the world, right?
Right.
So, this one girl, I was reading her profile, and then like before you even get to read her profile, it's just no mask, no date. So. And it kind of, it sparked my interest. I was like, okay, so like, what do you do? Like, do you go on a date with obviously you're gonna go on a date with the mask, right?
I would hope.
Right. So pretty much saying like that's the deal breaker. Like if you're a person that's against the whole wearing of a mask. When you're out,
no date.
Deal breaker. So,
yeah.
It's crazy, man. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, have you? I know you haven't. You haven't been on dates?
No.
During this COVID.
No, hell no. I mean, me personally, I don't think that's a very smart and safe suggestion. However, some people will object to that and say I'm wrong. I can't speak for many people. I personally wouldn't do it in a pandemic.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't like go on dates during the pandemic.
Hell no. I mean that's just me. That's just me. But I completely understand why someone would put that in their profile. I think that's very smart to put that.
It is. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, you gotta think about when you go on a date, you have to wear a mask. When you sit down, let's say you're going on a date to a restaurant, you get to take your mask off.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Certain restaurants, they say, you can use the bathroom as long as, because they have the outdoor dining, but you go use the bathroom, gotta put your mask on.
Right.
Then, mind you, when you're on a date, you're not really 6 feet apart, right?
I mean, yeah, but I guess the way that it's constructed now, I guess they're trying to keep it 6 feet. I don't really know.
No, yeah, I'm coming from like the girl's perspective, like like I'm trying to figure out, okay, no mask, no date, but then it's like, okay, but what happens during the date? So it's like, do I have to keep my mask on throughout the whole date, or at some point do I take it off?
That's actually a very good point. I guess you would ask, be like, okay, You no I think somebody like, do you want this mask on for the whole entire date, or is there a limitation for how long you want?
Right.
No, that's a very good point.
Like, is there certain restrictions?
Now this sounds like BDSM now. It sounds like BDSM.
Right, like is there like, you know, a time
Safe
limit
word.
to where right, is there like a code word for when I do take the mask off? Because I have to take the mask off, right? You gotta.
Is there a safe word? Is there a safe? The safe word is Purell.
Purell, okay.
Purell.
And then when you go on a date, right? You have to hold hands, right? Or, you know what I mean?
Well, what if she's a germaphobe, doesn't want to hold your hand?
So why is she going on dates?
I mean, hell, you could be dating Howie Mandel for all I care. No.
Like, I mean, right? Like, I'm trying to understand. I mean, I get where she's coming from. I get what she's saying when it says no mask, no date. But is it because if you're a person who's against it, I won't go on a date with you? Or is it if you don't wear the mask during the date? What if you lie? What if you say, what if you lie and say, yeah, I'm totally for like wearing masks, and then you show up to the date with no mask? Like, what do you do then? You know?
She's gonna say, "Get the fuck out of here! You completely lied on your profile, you lying piece of shit."
You're gonna say no date?
No date.
No date.
But you know what? Maybe they're scoping out Trump supporters. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're like combing through the internet, making sure that.
Yeah, there's a couple of those too. Like, oh, they say like Trump supporters, you know, keep it moving. You know, like if you're a Trump supporter, and it's like, okay, I get it. It sounds good, right? Again, the person can literally just lie and be like, "Nah, I don't support Trump."
Yeah.
When they do, and then they get a one night stand with them, and then tell them, "Yo, by the way, wait."
Oh shit! It's like Zorro. It's like fucking Zorro. It's like Zorro.
Wait. Like she goes to the bathroom, he leaves, and then it's like an empty room. All you see is like MAGA on the wall. It's like, oh shit! It's not
the freaking like sword and shit.
This motherfucker, he done got me. I slept with a Trump supporter.
Sounds like a t-shirt.
Yeah. Would you sleep with a Trump supporter?
Oh. I don't know. It's the way you said it.
Right? Would you, you know, be honest, man. Be honest. Like it's no judgment, man.
Wait,
like,
is it if you sleep with a Trump supporter, you have to commit to becoming a Trump supporter, or am I just smashing and passing?
You're just smashing and passing. But in your heart, you're like, yo, I don't fuck with people who support Trump.
Am I doing her with the mask on or without the mask?
Well, see, okay. You show up to the date with the mask, right?
Right.
Then you guys get comfortable. Then you guys forget to wear a mask.
You're adding too many rules, Jesus. You're making this way too complex, man. I just want to get in and get out and make America great again and make. I gotta keep this as appropriate as I can. But I just want to get the fuck in and get out and make that sense.
Yeah, that's some of the things that I find is so interesting, man. It's like, and I get it. I listen. You believe in what you believe in, and if you feel that people, and I'm not saying that I support Trump, but it's just like, oh, if you support just this one person and their beliefs, it's like it's a deal breaker. It's like, right. I don't want nothing to do with you. You're disgusting. You're a scum. You know.
Right.
But that, as I said, like by you putting that on your profile, people could just literally just lie and just not mention it.
Of course, most
Yeah.
definitely. That's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you also mentioned similar to that about, I guess, was she in HR or whatever? Someone you worked with that said if he doesn't bring any flowers or something
Oh, that's
like
yeah. Someone was like, yeah, if if they don't bring flowers, if the guy doesn't buy flowers on Valentine's Day, he's out. Like that's a deal breaker. That's it. Which I think like I disagree. Like it's a great gesture, obviously, you know, but it shouldn't be like an obligation. Like it shouldn't be like this is mandatory, you know. But then again, you know, people feel how they feel, you know.
yeah,
Um,
that's definitely.
I could be on some, you know, I like, you know, I could be like, hey, listen, um, every day I go on, my girl has to pay, and if she don't pay, then she's out. You know, that's a deal breaker
A
for
little
me.
harsh. It's kind of harsh.
I mean, how is it? How is it? How is it harsh?
The girl always making them pay.
I mean, if someone is willing to do that, right? You
And
know,
not
it's
all
not.
the time. Not all the time. I mean, it's. I think it's okay once in a while, but not every single time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, with every Valentine's Day, is like you have to get this girl flowers. Like, it's a mandatory. Like, it's a rule. You
That's
know.
what I'm saying, man. It's like you're pretty much like pussy whipped at that point.
Yo, talk about it, Sam. Let them know, man. Let them know, man. Tell them how you feel, man.
It's like Jesus, like you're no.
Come on, man. Don't hold back, man. Let them know. Let them know. What you say? They pussy, but why is they pussy whip, man?
Because man, it's like you're their bitch in a way, man. It's like you don't do this. I will disown you or some shit like that.
Yo, man. You know, and some people think that's okay. It's like, yeah, that's right. You know, you get and like I said, I think it's me.
She'd be killing the fucking flowers anyway, man. You'd be buying it for her. She's happy. Fucking kills them. Shit's like right.
I mean, listen, it's a nice gesture, but I don't think. But that's just my opinion. Like, it shouldn't be mandatory. It should be more like if the guy, if you shouldn't have to say or you shouldn't have to ask a guy to get you flowers on Valentine's Day. It should be like, okay, he got me flowers. I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to ask for them. But if you make it known like this is mandatory, then
it's kind of like a birthday. It's sort of like, you know, it's just good to have that memory of someone's birthday rather than them kind of.
I mean, yeah, like it's
nice to feel wanted. You know what I mean? It's like
absolutely. But then that's like I said, that's just me. I can't. I'm not on that type of time where I'm like, oh, my birthday comes around, you have to give me a gift. And if you don't give me a gift, then you know I don't. You know, it's a deal breaker.
That sounds very childish. Like I feel like that's something that like a snobby, fat, overweight, rich child would say. I'm kind of thinking like maybe Willy Wonka or some shit like what the fuck was that girl's name? She was like, but I want to Oompa Loompa now.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be that. Like I said, you know, it's very like a very high expectation. It's just like, yo, if I don't get these, so it's like, yo, mind you, I could be a scumbag. It's just like, as long as I get these flowers,
It could be
I'm good.
anything. It could be Nikes. It could be Gucci. It could be whatever the fuck you want it to be, as long as.
Nah, man, it has to be flowers, man. I could be a scumbag as long as I bring them flowers on Valentine's Day.
What if it's like paper flowers, like origami cut out? What if you're broke ass can't buy flowers?
I think that's pretty cool, but yeah, that might not.
She'll be like, "These are the wrong kind of flowers," and then she'll just fucking.
These are not the right flowers. I specifically said I wanted sunflowers.
You were out of sunflowers. Oh, fuck that.
Right. Now you gotta go to the deli. Now you gotta go back to the deli and shit. And like,
The deli.
yo, Poppy, man, let me get a bouquet of like sunflowers. And he's like, oh man, this is the last batch. I'm like, oh, yo, you the man. You know.
Oh shit, that's a good idea. They should open a flower shop called Poppies.
Poppies, yeah.
Poppies.
Flower shop.
Poppy flower shop. It's like you have a deli and a flower shop.
Yeah, I mean, you was having that conversation. Like, you rather get the flowers from like an actual flower shop.
Yes. In the comments section, I want to hear your replies. Do you think you should buy them at a deli or a flower shop? Isn't that what we should?
Well, yeah. It should be like flower. I guess the question would be like, is it more authentic to get them from a deli or a flower shop?
Flower shop, hands down. A flower shop is more authentic.
See, me, I'm like, yo, it's the same shit.
No, not true. Not true. Not true.
It's real flowers. It's not like from each spot is from a flower shop you get real flowers. From the deli is real flowers.
No, they're all the same, but I'm talking about quality-wise. You get really good quality flowers because there's certain flowers that the delis don't carry. Like, let's say you're looking for a particular style of flower, you can only get that at the flower shop. And the flower shop sells vases too. The delis don't have them in vases.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get you. You're trying to go through like the full shebang. Okay.
They don't supply with the vases. They don't put like the cute little cobs on there so you can. They don't put them like, because no, some flower shops, they'll wrap up your flowers and they'll put a little card on there for your girlfriend, mom, whatever the fuck you want. They'll put a little greeting.
Oh, you put some thought into it. Are you really not trying to be out?
Listen, man.
I was just like, listen, you just flowers. That's it. Okay.
Nah.
No. Hey, she didn't specify where the flowers were from.
Okay, I will tell you this. If you buy flowers from like a supermarket, whatever, they're gonna be a lot cheaper. They're gonna be a lot cheaper. But if you really want to spend some dough, flower shop. I knew this woman, she wasn't the owner, she was like the manager of this flower shop, and mind you, flowers are expensive. As I said, she was able to give me like discounts. She'd be like, give me like any color combination and I'll put it together and give you a quote on a price. So I'd be like when I do flower arrangements or like buy flowers, I try to pick like 3 flowers.
Okay.
Because then you're not dealing with like a crazy amount of money. I think 3 is good. 3 flowers.
3 flowers?
Yeah. Like just color wise,
Oh, I was thinking like usually if I get flowers, it's like a bouquet. I get it from the supermarket, so it's like there's like 6 of them in there. They wrap in the paper, put the little wrapping on it.
Let me ask you, have you ever done floral arrangement? It's fun, man. Have you ever like arranged flowers before?
I did. I had sent someone like tulips because it reminded me of Amsterdam, like the tulip season and stuff like that. So I sent them sent them tulips. That was cool. Like I thought that, that was cool. Like choosing that and picking it and picking the size and everything. Like it was fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that brings up another point since we're on this topic, man. Like, what's gonna happen with all the floral people, like all those floral jobs, the florists? I bet they're having a harder time because of COVID with business.
No, not at all. Like this is the perfect time for like floral, like florists and flower shops to like really make some money because people who are either depressed, something might have happened, or not to be like funny or anything like that, but it's
No,
true.
no, I meant like parties and stuff. Like, I mean, from what I'm seeing, it's more like people can just come in. There's a limit of how many people can come in, but like, they're not doing parties at all. They're just selling them, and that's it. And they're selling online.
That's the best bet because there's always going to be occasions. There's going to be Mother's Day. There's going to be birthdays. There's going to be Valentine's Day. There's going to be, so it's best to like, if they have a flower shop and they have things online, like I said, somebody could be feeling down. Okay, somebody's ordering flowers. Somebody could feel, they want to show interest of love to someone just because.
Right. No. I guess what I meant is like the very early stage of the pandemic. Those guys were not opening their flower shops for a long time. They weren't opening their shops.
Yeah.
I think it was just like curbside. I don't know how they did it, but they were, a lot of them were closed.
I mean, they could be close, but if they have like an online store, that's probably the smartest way. You think during this pandemic, everybody needs some flowers, man. This is a very depressing time. Everybody, I need some flowers, man. Like this would be the perfect time for flower shops to get their business booming. Like,
Yeah, no, it's
motherfuckers need flowers.
people don't think about it, but let me tell you, if you got to think about the shit that people are always going to need, that's how you will have a job and you'll always have a business. Think about the things that people always need. People always need to eat. People always need to be cared for, etc. You will always have a job. You will always have a job if you can do those things.
That's where your word essential came in. It's essential. Like, okay, these things are needed. Okay, I can't go to the supermarket because of COVID. Okay, I'm gonna get this delivered.
They'll always have a job. There will always be jobs in IT. There will always be jobs in, healthcare, nurse aid, etc. They'll always have work.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say? I mean, they're putting their lives on the line. Let's not forget about that.
No, I know.
Because of other people's disparity and their inability to do things, there will always be jobs. Like for me, right? I do IT because I support a group or groups of people in departments that are not technically savvy. Now, if everyone was technically savvy, I wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't, So you always got to think about like, yeah, it's either because of someone's lack of knowledge on something or people's laziness. Yeah, laziness.
Well, it can be,
Mm-hmm. Like Amazon is making a killing right now.
Oh yeah.
Like I would definitely I would love to have like invested in some Amazon stocks.
Yeah, now we're talking about investments. Let me ask you, would you have invested in Purell? I know it's kind of a funny question to ask, but think about it. Like if you had invested in Purell, like in the very early stage of COVID, you might have made some bank.
See, the thing with that is, well, one, see that would have been the last thing on my mind, like Purell stocks. You know what I mean?
Because no one had ever thought that would be it.
Yeah, no one would have thought like, hand sanitizers would have been a rare commodity. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
would I have? I don't think I would, because it's like, if there's a low supply of Purell, or they're selling it for such a high price, who's to say if there's no more Purell to be sold,
No, wait.
how's the money being made? Yeah.
No, hear me out for a sec. I remember when the pandemic was first coming out, it was incredibly hard to get Purell. Like I would have to go. I went to like CVS. I went to Joanne Reed. They said sold out, sold out, sold out. Because people. This is when the panic buying happened. Like,
Yeah.
you did not get fucking hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they sold out like hot cakes, man. Like when people were panicking.
you know what it is, and I partially blame the media for that, because it's like, yo, the reason why it was like that, because the media is advertising, you need hand sanitizer, and which you do, but if you don't get it, this is gonna happen. This and that, and it has people in a frenzy. Same thing with the toilet paper. Like, that's what caused a lot of commotion, and a lot of places to be sold out of toilet paper. That's crazy, or hand sanitizer. And then you had certain stores.
Yeah.
Yo, it was like a little hand sanitizer like this. They're charging $10.
To be honest with you, people should just be using soap and water anyway. I mean, hand sanitizer, it's okay, but soap and water is the best.
I mean, I think it's just as effective, you know. But to answer your question, about Purell stock, I don't think I would have. Nah, I don't think I would have. Nah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely Tesla. Tesla, like stocks in Tesla, I wish I would have invested in. If their prices is like through the roof now. I think it's like, last time I checked, it's like 900 for a share.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what do you think of Elon Musk? Are you a fan of his? Are you like he's a corrupt piece of shit? I mean, what's your take on him?
I don't know as much about him. You know, I know I think he really does interviews, but from what I've saw, he just really just I feel like he just really beat the odds. He's like, yo, listen, I'm a billionaire, but I didn't have to go to college. I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to do that. I smoke weed all day.
Well, no, I think it's just scary that the future could turn into half of this shit. You know, it's kind of like we joke around about it. We've talked about these things. You know, movies tell you a lot of things, but it's kind of scary if you think about it, like that. There's going to be AI technology. There's going to be robots. There's going to be all this shit. It's kind of scary if you think about it.
It is. It is. But you got to think about it. If it were to happen, it's like, yo, we've been warned.
Yeah.
We've been warned in the movies and all that stuff. And it's just like, yeah, you look at it, it's like, that'd be crazy, right? That'd be crazy if that was to happen.
I don't
And
know
then
what to believe half
happen
the time.
shit, you know?
You never know, man. Well, actually, I shouldn't say you never know. But I don't think robots are going to take over the whole world.
I don't think so either. I mean, it sounds crazy, right? It sounds cool. Oh, robots, but yeah, in order for the robots to function, like, who's building the robots? Are humans building the robots?
God.
God. Okay, so that's a different story. If God is building the robots, well, technically God created human, so the human created the robot. So he kind of has a hand in it. But it's the same thing with computers, right? Yeah, computers and technology, they kind of, run the world and whatnot. But when technology goes down,
A human has to do it.
Human has to go in there and actually fix it because things just doesn't run. Technology doesn't run just perfectly.
No, of
So
course not.
if robots were to become a civilization,
What?
humans would still have to. We'll still be here. Like
Yeah,
we'll still be shit.
yeah. Then everything will crash, and then it turns into Gilligan's Island, and everyone has to go to.
Right now, see that's scary. The Gilligan Island, that's some scary shit.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't want to ever end up like him, man. It's like, imagine it's just like, yo, everything just crashes and.
Well, I would have hate to be Gilligan in a pandemic. He could be like, well, motherfuckers, welcome to my world, or like, he could have been, he's like, oh shoot, now I'm really broke. Like now I have to sell the island.
Yeah, so then he just makes a trade with Staten Island, so then he gets stuck in Staten Island.
He put an ad on Craigslist like, hey guys, 30-something-year-old owns an island, kind of,
He bought Staten Island.
where due to the restrictions of COVID, I will provide a video tour, via Zoom. I don't know how I'm gonna, do the Zoom because I'm on a fucking island, but
Staten Island.
and then he make the deal with Staten Island. Was it a good deal? Who knows? Was it a smart deal?
Wait, the theme song's like, well, let's sit right back.
Yeah. Gilligan's Island. A lot of Gilligans.
There's a lot of Gilligans and stuff.
That's a lot of Gilligans in Staten Island. A bunch of lost motherfuckers in Staten Island. Man, I can't think of a not one fun time in Staten Island. Like I can't think of a time that I actually like had fun. I was like, yo, I gotta come back here.
There was nothing extravagant about it.
It was like not one thing. Like there was one mall. Well, one time I went, they had like a carnival thing set up. I thought that was cool. The carnival is in town, but
Staten Island extravaganza.
yeah, yeah, but it's never a time like, yo, man, yo, you want to go to like it's never like, yo, you want to go to a party in Staten Island? It's like, yeah, it's always fuck no.
It's more like you want to go to a restaurant. It's more like you want to go to a restaurant. It's not like
restaurant in Staten Island. It's like, yo, why? Why would I go to a restaurant in Staten Island? Like, what is so special about this restaurant in Staten Island?
They're doing a hair gel promotion. They're doing a hair gel.
A bunch of retired cops in a restaurant. I don't think that's fun. I don't think so.
Listen, if they put out an ad on Craigslist about a pop-up party with just models, and it would mostly be like a branding party for hair gel or Revlon or some shit.
Yeah. That's when you would go?
No.
If it was in Staten Island, you'd like, yo.
Wait. Is this is gonna sound really dumb. Is Governor's Island in Staten Island, or are they completely different?
Completely different.
Completely different. God damn, how many fucking islands do we have?
One's fun and one's a shit show.
Shit show.
Yeah.
Governor's Island.
Nah, Governor's. Have you been to Governor's Island?
No, I can't say I have.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta go one day. It's fun, man.
The only reason I brought them up, because I think they do a lot of like punk shows out in Governor's Island.
Yeah, they do like before COVID, they would do a lot of concerts. Like the Governor's.
That's what I'm saying. the governor's ball, and yeah.
Picnic, they had that. Um, and it's if you ever go, it's like an open space. You can just it's like a historic kind of landmark. You can just walk around. They have like a huge grass area. It's like fucking beautiful out there, man. You
No,
know?
I've heard, like, I heard through the other Sean, that I think they went to like a lot of like punk shows out there, and it's a lot of bands and stuff that play out there.
Yeah,
But
it's definitely a cool spot. Like just to like if you wanted to get out of the city without getting out of the city, that's a good spot to go.
yeah, there's a lot of spots. I mean, I've lived in New York my whole life. There's a lot of spots I haven't been to. Like, I don't remember going to Long Island City. I maybe I don't remember. Um, I was gonna say, speaking of which, MoMA just reopened, so I think MoMA PS1 opened up. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's dope. Yeah, I forgot what day it was that a lot of museums they're gonna start opening up.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you feel about the whole September 30th? They're gonna do the 25% indoor dining.
How do I feel about it? I mean, I'm indifferent. I think it's gonna be more of a bitch in the wintertime, per se. Like, I don't know. I don't know. How are they gonna do dining in the wintertime, with outdoor, and I don't know. It's like, how do you think they're gonna hold off in the winter?
In my opinion, I think it doesn't make any sense for them to do it because if you weren't making as much money as you were in the summertime doing outdoor dining, there's no way in hell you're gonna make ends meet with 25%. You know how much is 25%? How many people that is?
No,
Huh?
that's a valid point. I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, you're right. Because people want like 100% in order to, like, when you're giving them like such like a tiny amount. It doesn't make sense. Maybe Cuomo's gonna just say, you know what, fuck it, like, we're gonna hold off.
Um, well, no, because I heard that they're gonna what they're gonna do is they're gonna September 30th is gonna be 25%, and then I think by November they're gonna increase it to 50%. Even still, like it's
You're not gonna make a lot of money. You're not gonna make any money.
yeah, a lot of restaurants are not gonna be able to pay rent. You're not gonna be able to pay your employees. And then I think the government, the mayor, the governor, they're doing a thing where restaurants can raise prices by 10%.
How do you
They,
feel about that?
it's just I get it. Um, but it's just all like a desperate attempt to like make ends meet. It's like, okay, I'm gonna overprice this food.
Yeah, but then
Worth it.
again, you have to think about it too. There's a lot of people that can't afford to do that. Like, I mean, just regular people like you and me. There's people
Mhm.
out there that can't afford something to be bumped up like that.
Right, because I can see it from both sides, right? I can see it from the restaurant owner's side,
Mhm.
and I can see it from the customer side. Because all right, so from the customer side, it's like, okay, well, I used to pay $10 for this meal. Now let's say I'm paying $20,
Yeah, it's
$30.
it's kind of fucked up. If I like you said, there's two sides. Like, I think it's a little fucked up because, like, hey, like, I got laid off, or hey, my job's, yeah, it is there's two sides to it, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, but if I really like this place, will I still be willing to pay that price because I really like this place? They provide a good service. Do I feel like they deserve it?
Yeah, I
It's
I get it.
you
We're
know,
we're we're all, we're all struggling. I completely get it. But
and then
like,
like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I was talking to someone about this, and before I even found out about the whole indoor dining, I'm like, well, I thought they were just gonna do just curbside pickup. Like, it's gonna be so fucking cold out that people would just pick up their food, just take it home.
Right. They could do that. I mean, technically, it kind of, yeah.
But yeah,
But as I said, if they're doing curbside pickup, they're not making as much money as they used to before COVID.
no, I've heard. No, I think you might be wrong. I've heard they're actually making more money with deliveries. I don't know. I've never worked in the restaurant business.
Yeah, me either. Yeah,
All I can say is that I do believe that the deliveries are making more because think about it. People don't want to leave their house. They don't want to leave their house. People are, we can argue that people are more dependent on others to do shit for us now. So, yeah, I really do think that, there's a demand. There's going to be a demand for delivery people. People really don't want to leave their house. When it's wintertime, you freeze your ass off. You don't really want to be out anyway. So it's like, I'm going to hire this delivery person, deliver. It's just common sense, I think.
right. And that goes back to what I was saying, the essential worker. Now the essential worker is playing a huge role. Well, I mean, they're always playing a huge role, but especially when
Robin Hood was an essential worker in a way.
yeah, when it's at the consumer's despair,
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, now I want shit to deliver to me. Because when it's summertime, it's like, I could go out and get it myself. But when it's like getting like 10 degrees, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, at 25%, man, hell no. Like that's when you have to just do deliveries.
Yeah, but certain restaurants might not have delivery. They might certain restaurants was
They'll
just doing.
outsource. They'll outsource. They'll. So a lot of restaurants might not have their own people, so they probably outsource and they contract with like Uber Eats, Grubhub, Pornhub. No, I'm just kidding. No, sorry, that was a bad joke. But no, I mean they collaborate with other places because some places can't afford to hire delivery people. So it's like if I use a service, you know.
True. You know what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but then again, you have to pay. You have to pay for that. Now if you're not making as much ends meet, if you're not making ends meet as much, how long are you going to be, you're going to use Seamless, and it's like, how long are you going to be able to pay your employees? I think the most important part is like paying your employees,
Yeah, of course. I mean
and
that's
keeping
common
the
sense.
place open. Yeah.
So speaking of which, since we're talking about restaurants, I gotta kind of wrap this up for a bit. What happened to Malvatova's? Or like anything happened with it? You said they went out of business, right?
Wait, who?
That bar that you used to go to, what's it called what's it called?
Manitoba's?
Manitoba's, yeah.
Yeah, Manitoba's is closed. Yeah.
Those, yeah.
Not because of COVID.
Oh,
It's just the owner just got into some shit, and like everybody knew it was gonna happen. Everybody knew it was gonna happen. It's
yeah.
just like,
I couldn't remember the name.
yeah, but nah, it's officially closed now. I don't even know what they're gonna do with it. You know,
And then Barcade is they're still gonna be around, right? Barcade.
to my knowledge, because I know someone who works there. They said, yeah, it's just that they had closed, well, because of the COVID, and then they got broken into because of the riots. So it was
Yeah,
kind of like everything was like boarded up.
I know.
I haven't been there recently, so I wouldn't know. I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah.
Um, but being that they don't serve food, they can't really serve drinks outside because they've been really cracking down on that shit. So
Yeah, yeah, it's
yeah,
It's a fucking mess, dude.
And motherfuckers want to play the arcades, man. Motherfuckers want to play Mortal
They
Kombat.
can play it outside if they want.
Yeah, imagine
An outside arcade.
outdoor dining for fucking arcades.
That'd be dope, man. Imagine like you're just on the street and all you see is like just people playing like arcade games like on the street.
Nah, that's how people get robbed. That's a terrible idea, Sam. Sitting there playing Marvel vs. Capcom, like, yeah, like sitting there playing Marvel vs. Capcom, and motherfucker come behind you, like, all right, give me your wallet, stick them up.
Dude, that's an idea. We could do top 10 terrible ideas with top 10 terrible ideas.
Where outdoor arcades.
Outdoor shooting range. Actually, they have that.
Yeah, they have that. I wish 2-Bits was open, man. I miss 2-Bits.
Yeah.
That's the really thing. That's the one thing that's really like bummed me out, man. It's like, obviously, going to a bar, and at first I was kind of like, I'm not really like, I don't have to go to a bar every weekend, so I'm just like, it's nice to have it, but the type of bars that you go to, like I said, like, arcades and Dave and Buster's and stuff like that, like those, I'm like, damn.
Those are fun. I mean, that's the thing. People want to step away from the norm and just enjoy yourself. Have like those paint and sips, like the Delancey. People want something different, man. People,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like, it's cool. You can go to a bar or you could go to the club on the weekends, but it all depends on like, what you want to do. Like I said, me going to the arcade, like I think that's cool. It's like,
Yeah.
I can get a couple drinks and
I see. Yeah, I saw something. Oh gosh, I forgot where it was. They were doing a Super Smash Brothers tournament. It was like at a bar or something.
it might have been like M15 bar. That bar here, they have a lot of like gaming events and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well,
Yeah.
well, on a final note, it's going to be a very different New York City, but it's not going to be completely lost.
Yeah. By next year, there won't be no match, no dates in the fucking dating profile.
Yeah.
And if you still got it next year and you still got that on your profile, then it's like, okay, either two things.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit, or you just haven't updated your dating profile.
Or you're not listening to Uncle Andrew.
Yeah. Like Uncle Andy, man. Andy
We still gotta put up that meme on our social media.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for our meme, which is "Don't make me come down there."
Don't make me come down there.
Yeah, we gotta put that up on there, man.
Especially if it's 25%, and then the restaurant is like 27%. You're like, don't make me come down there. Yeah, I think they're gonna break the rules, man. Hey, there's no way. It's gonna be 25%. There's no way. Nah. They're gonna break the rules. Some places they're gonna break the rules, man. Like, if you imagine the hookah spot, 25%?
For the girls or just for the hookah?
No, I mean like 25%, like indoor.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
Like, okay, they like, we can only let like 3 people at a time in the hookah, and then everybody else is waiting outside. It's like, hurry up and smoke your hookah and get the fuck out.
What about those exotic what about those exotic places? It's like 25%.
What exotic places? Which one?
Like Mass Nights or like some of these exotic strip clubs.
Well, the Mass Nights, they're open.
No. Well, not them, but I'm just saying, like, like if you're a club, you know, and you have exotic dancers and shit, how are you gonna do 25 minutes?
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to clubs, they're not going to be open. Like unless if they're a restaurant by the day, that's it. And then clubs, they close. Like a lot of bars, they close early now. They close at 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock, man.
Restaurant by day, diner by night.
Yeah.
Sounds like a super restaurant. Restaurant by day, diner by night.
Diner by night. Yeah, I want to go to the diner. That's where all the fun shit happens, you know.
We're all right, man. I think we're out.
Yeah, man. We need to close this, man. Hey, man. I want to thank all you guys for taking the time, sit and kick it with us. Watch our video, man. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification so when the new episodes come in, you'll be the first to know, man. And follow us on Instagram. You know, Instagram.com/the Snooze Button Podcast, man. And I'm your host, Sean Solo.
I'm your host, Sam Banfield, and you know, feel free to send us, you know, your suggestions for topics on the show. We would really appreciate it. Anything you want to talk about, critique, whatever, we would love to hear it.
For sure, man. And we out.
We're out.
Peace.
Peace.